Hey guys, welcome back to another video. And today I'm back here with actually I'm not back here with a game. We're here with a new game. I kind of hinted at it in multiple videos before in my other videos. And today we're here with some scrap mechanic. So I am going to say right now, I know this game very well because I'm a bush camper. This is Fortnite, right? Billy, is this Fortnite? Yep, Billy says it's Fortnite. Okay. Yeah, so we're just gonna bush camp the entire. No, I'm kidding. So I've played this game before many times. And I know how to play the game. And I have mods pre-installed. But if you look in our inventory, there are no mods. That's because I have them disabled for this world. So later in future episodes we'll start to use mods to see what magical creations we can make. But today I think we're going to start out with something subtle. I want to build a plane. Yeah. So for those of you guys that don't know a basic game, let me show you how it works. So at the bottom is my hotbar, and if I click F2, we got a second hotbar, and F3 gives us our third hotbar. But F1 is the one you're always on technically, or usually, and that's what you're going to start off with. So we're here, and if you click I, like the letter I on your keyboard, it opens up the inventory. Hint at another game that's coming soon. Read the description for the name of the game that's coming soon. Alright, I have that game too if you read it in time. So we're going to start off by just building a simple little car. So let's put down a lift. And then on the lift, you can actually see I've built many things. And I've stole many things. And I've messed it up. I even found a Falcon Heavy and made it and rewired it so that it'll explode on launch. That's the 2.0 version. That's a version I remade of it that you can ride. This is the rideable version, except I just rewired it to explode. I'll show you that really quickly. So here we go. I'm gonna move the lift. I just like to do it that way. Oh! It never lagged the game before. Okay, there we go. Alright. So we're gonna get our sledgehammer. Now normally if you were to hit this, the entire thing would blow up. But we're gonna get in our driver's seat. You'll notice there's a button. I'm actually gonna zoom out really quick. There's a button. And if we click that, we launch. Now, there's a timer ticking down. And you'll actually see it when it goes off. You're not anymore. Yeah, you're actually gonna see it. See? And then there goes our Falcon Heavy. It just exploded. And if you saw, there was a little tiny timer that was counting down. And when it reached full, it set off the thing. And now there's just a whole bunch of pieces that are going to be flying down on fire and sinking into the ground. Because that's how this game works for some reason. So that's something really cool. And you see it blasted a huge hole through it. Also, we can take cardboard and we can break cardboard with our sledgehammer. And same with glass. So we're just going to start off, and I'm going to show you guys simple basics to this game. So I'm showing you something now. This is more or less the complicated part, which I'll get into in a second. But basically that's the basic idea of it. You know, you use this thing called the connect tool to connect the wires together. So like I could connect, if I had a switch on there, I could connect that to a switch. and then when I click the switch, that thruster would turn on. So I'm gonna start off with the basics now, after I've said it a million times. So let's put down a lift, and let's build a small little platform out of wood. I'm just showing you how to build like a basic car. So now we're actually gonna remove the lift, and we're gonna pick it back up and put it back on the lift, because now it'll actually center out the lift and give us more room to work. So now what we want to do is we want to take this thing called a bearing. You want to put one here and one here. Now we're going to build a block on there, on there, on there. Then we're going to build a block there, there, and then there, and there. Then we're going to put bearings here, in here, in here. And we're going to build down 3 here. And then we're going to put the bearing here. Now we're going to get our tire. We're going to put tire there, 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 and there. Now if we were to drop this, that's what it does. But you see, the wheels turn, and we have no way of actually sitting on it and moving around in it. So that's what we're going to do next. So we're going to put it back on the lift. We're going to lower it down. It's going to have a spasm and go through the ground. That's perfectly okay. It doesn't affect it unless the lift is not on it. Now we're going to put the driver's seat down, facing forward. And now we're going to grab this tool out, and we're going to take the green, we're going to put it on that blue disc. We're going to take the blue disc and put it on the green, or you can do it doesn't matter, either way, it doesn't matter. Now you don't want to connect these, because then it would just do steering. We just connected the steering. So now if we were to remove the lift, like I said, the second we take it off the lift, it has a spasm. Well, see, these aren't spinning anymore. If I were to get in the seat, left is right and right is left. And I'll show you why it does that in just a second. So now what we're going to want to do is we're going to lower the lift again. We're going to get this thing called a gas engine. Well, you should all know what a gas engine is. We're going to turn it up, say to about halfway. Now we're going to connect the engine to the seat. You want to make sure you connect to the engine to the seat first. Otherwise, it's going to have a complete spasm and go Then we're going to want to take that and connect it to that disc, that disc, that disc, and then that disc. Now you'll see these all have arrows. So you saw how the steering was reversed. So we're going to look at it, right click, look at it, right click. So now if we were to remove the lift, not only will it have a spasm, but if we get in the seat, you'll hear the engine turned on, left, turns left, and right turns right. Now if we go forward though, there's a little bit of a problem. You might have noticed that. So, it's the same thing with these. Now, for the wheels, it's much easier, because it'll actually show the direction that the wheels are spinning. So now it's spinning the other way. Spinning wrong way, now it's spinning the right way. And now here we go. And boom, we just built a mini car. Now, you are going to have to adjust this, because right away, we can see that's going too much, because it's tipping backwards. There we go, we got a little car. You can see the steering actually works, and that's still too high. If you'll know if it's too high if it's going crazy and tipping over and stuff. There we go. It's a little dune buggy or whatever. That's a good car. I like that. Now let me show you what would have happened if we didn't connect the engine to the seat. That would have happened. That's why you connect the engine to the seat, so it doesn't run away on you. Second I connect it, it turns off the engine. So we're gonna go boom, we're gonna save it, and that's not the right picture. I also made this. It's actually uploaded on the Steam Workshop, so you can find that if you want. Subscribe. Yeah, so if you find it on the Steam Workshop, you can probably find it. It doesn't fly right, though. Every time it launches, it just does a complete backflip. So we're gonna actually remove this from the lift, because we already have it saved. And now we're gonna go on to something a little bit bigger. You know, something bigger, but still something small, an airplane. Alright, so we're gonna head over here to this helicopter pad, because we all know airplanes launch off of helicopter pads. And the reason why I'm not doing a car to start out with is because we just built a mini car. So there's no point of building a car again. So let's up here, place that down. And here we go. So let's start by building the base. You have to be able to walk in it, so it's gonna have to be nice and big. I think that's big enough. Might extend it a little bit more. I think that's good. Now we can build like that. And then now we can build like that. And then we're going to leave the front open and the back open. We're going to build like that. About the same height. Maybe a little bit too high. Oh yeah, I can stand on this too if I want. And now let's do that. Now we're going to do this. Then we're going to do that. Only because we need a spot for the door to get into this thing. Yeah, we're going to have to build that up one more. There we go. So now we're going to close in the back. Oh god, that's way too high. That's good. So you got some nice room to walk around in. Now put the pilot seat in the middle, obviously. We're not going to put a co-pilot seat because then that just makes it really complicated. We're going to put it like that, right on the edge there. And now we're going to connect this to there. We're going to put a bearing up here. And we're going to connect the wood block to here. Now, we have a little door. If I hit it with a sledgehammer, you can see it. So now, right now, the only way to open it and close it is currently with the sledgehammer. And it'll open all ways, which is no good. We hit it right on the edge, it'll reset. So, we're just going to place it down again after I break the game. Alright. Help. Oh. Okay, good. So right after we break the game, we can fix it. Now the door, we're all good. Now we're going to need to get something that gets a little bit more complicated called a controller. This thing. So we're going to take that, we're going to replace this scrapbook. And we're going to put this down here in the back corner. Now we need to connect the controller to this bearing. You'll see instantly the door straightens out. Now, how are you supposed to open a door if there's no switch to open the door? So now we're going to get a switch. There's a switch, and then there's the button. And then when you get really complicated, there's a logic gate and the timer, which I barely know how to use. Now, we're just going to get the switch for now. And so now we're going to get out the switch. We're going to figure out where the bearing is so we don't place the switch on the door. So we need to place it along right here. Perfect. Now we need to connect that to the controller. So let's go. Put that there. Now, right now, if we turn this on, not going to do anything. So we want it to open outward because there's not enough room to turn in. So we're going to need, so the red is negative and the blue is positive. We can actually switch that around. So blue is out and negative is in. But we're going to keep it so negative is out. So now we have to go into here. And we have to change the second dial here, not the first one, that's starting position. The second one is what it does when the switch is turned on. We want to change that, not positive, we want to change that to negative 90. That's a quarter of a turn. That's a door opening all the way. Now we're going to close out of that. Now, when we open up the switch, there we go. It opens. Now, we could open it. You know, we could probably cheat a little bit. See, now we got a completely working door. But, guess what? Once this is all closed in, you know, we're going to walk in, and then we're going to be like, oh, wait, how in the world do we, how do we close this? Well, there's a simple, okay, not simple, but there's an answer to that. So we're going to get the thing that I said before was the logic gate. So we're going to put that down, replace the wheel, because we're not going to need that right now. Now we're going to go put the logic gate right next to that. And we're going to connect the logic gate to here. No, we're going to disconnect the switch. Okay, then we're going to connect the switch to the logic gate, the logic gate to the controller. We're going to turn the switch off. Right now it works perfectly fine, but you'll see we can actually go into here. So right now it's on and it says if any of the linked triggers, it says active if any of the linked triggers are active. So that means if any switches that are going to be connected to here are turned on, any of them, even one or a bazillion are turned on that are connected to this brick, it'll send a signal to here, which will open up the door. Now, we don't want that. So, no, I said E. So now, let's see what OR is. OR is if any of the link triggers active, if any of the link triggers are active. Now, that's basically the same thing. No, this is active if all of the triggers are active. So that means that I completely read that wrong. So all the triggers have to be active. So since there's only one, it'll open up for one. But since if I put a second one connected to that, it wouldn't open unless all of the triggers were active. Now, or is what we said before, active if any links are active. So we could have a bazillion and just one was turned on. And they were all connected. But just because that one was turned on, it sent the signal. Now, we're going to see what XOR is. This is where it gets a little bit more complicated. Now, right away, XOR is the one that we want. Because I've used logic gates many, many times to use doors and stuff and, you know, locks and butts like that. So active if only one of the link triggers are active. So I have one switch on. The door will open. If I have two switches on, the door will close. If I have two switches off, the door will be closed because it's not even getting a signal. And then, like I said, one switch on, open, two switch on, closed, no switch on, closed. So this is the one we want. Now, these are inverted. These get much, much, much more complicated. And the one we want is XOR. So we have XOR. And now you can see it actually changed the symbol to the XOR symbol. And now the circuit should be complete. So We're gonna find out where our switch is. It's right here, actually right in front of us. So we're gonna place a switch here. Make sure they're aligned. Not that it matters that they're aligned. It just looks better. Aesthetically better. As you can see, turn that on. Opens. Yeah, whatever. So now let's connect this to the logic gate. Now we have a complete working door. At least we should. So let's head over here. Let's hit it with the sledgehammer. I'm kidding. So let's open this. Alright, door opens. Let's go inside. Now if I click this, it should close. Good. Now if I click this again, it should open. If I click this, it should close. Perfect. And it works the same way around. I can have this one on and the other one off. Opens up. I can have this one. I can have both of them on. Closes. Have only the inside one on again. And both of them off, closes. So the door works perfect. Now we need to build the front. So let's come over here. We're going to build up to about here because we need a window, obviously. Otherwise you wouldn't be able to see out as the pilot. So they do actually have glass in the game, like I mentioned before. So let's grab a glass block and let's replace it with the logic gate because we shouldn't be needing it anymore. And now let's build a pane of glass. And let's fill in the corners, or the sides here. Perfect, perfect. You can actually see if I hit it, it breaks. So you want to be careful. You don't want to be swinging it around your sledgehammer randomly. So now we have to use the door because we can't get in anymore. So let's leave it open. So now that's all good, but we need an engine. So for planes, I typically like to use an electric powered engine. They just work better in my opinion. They have more power, more torque. So we're gonna take that. We're gonna connect you to the steering wheel. Now we're gonna take this entire thing, we're gonna put it down, and we're going to save it. Plane YT. I'm just calling it YT so that it nope. Got the wrong plane, sir. Built a lot of stuff that doesn't work. Especially like this one. Don't even know what that was supposed to be. I know this one I use mods. This one I use mods for. Remember I used one of the Switch mods. And I know this one, hello. It was supposed to be really complex and able to get the engine started, but it ended up failing and you need mods to run it anyway. Futuristic car also needs mods. It needs a wheel mod and I think a taco block mod. I don't know. This one, the boomerang, let's just say I decided to randomly take apart a car, just spamming the right click button, and I came out with that, and one of the switches was still connected to one of the things, and one of the things was still connected to the thruster. So when I clicked the one switch, it went crazy and it acted like a boomerang. And look, I even wrote a description. Warning, once on will not turn off and may cause lag. Well, no one cares. This one is a spinning car. Oh, I remember this one. This one worked perfectly. That's the original Explode One launch. That's just a glass car that I made. Ignore that, it says 2.0. It's an escape pod I tried to make it. It failed miserably. It crashed every time. It did not work. This was supposed to be a trap. It didn't work very well. Well, it worked, but it didn't work. It's got an elevator. It mostly works. It just is broken on the actual trap part. That's just a mini rocket that needs mods. That's the inside of a copter. Ignore that. I was just messing around with stuff. Alright, back to the build. So now that we have that saved, that's good. You always want to build your saves. Save your builds. Blah, blah, blah. Not build your saves. So now we're going to do the same thing we did with the car. We're going to do that. Except we're not going to have this one on a slant. We're going to have this one straight. It's going to be kind of high. Not too high. So now we are going to need the wheel again. So I will get that in a second. Nope, not there. Put the bearing there. Put the bearing there. Put the bearing there. And we already have one there. Nice. So now we want to connect the wires. So we're going to take this one. We're going to connect it to the engine. Connect the engine. We want to connect the engine to all the blue dots that are standing upright. And then the flat ones at the top, you want to connect to the steering wheel. Steering wheel's green. Oh, steering wheels are always green. I turned on Siri. Oh god. Okay, somehow I managed to turn on Siri. Steering wheels are always green. Engines are always orange. Controllers are always purple. Logic gates are always blue. Switches are always pink. And then bearings that are connected to a controller turn purple with that little arrow. You'll be able to tell. After a while, you'll be pretty familiar with the game. Now, if you remember, actually, I just forgot, we have to switch these because then the game has this spasm, and then it decides to break completely, and we're going to get a big wheel. It's medium weight anyway. We're going to replace the bearing because we shouldn't need the bearing anymore, not that I think. Oh, that's a nice big wheel. That'll be good for landing stuff. Now we're gonna put these on here. This is just a bare minimum plane. Like, I can make it so much more complicated. And yes, we're gonna have to build wings. And yes, we're gonna have to use thrusters. But we're not finishing it all in this episode. So now it should be completely ready, actually, to be used. Now you can see right away, we can't get in it. And that's perfectly okay. Also, we want to connect one of the switches. So we're typically going to connect the outside one to the inside. No, kidding. Let's connect the inside one to the steering wheel, just so that we'll have control to close it from the inside too, from the steering wheel. So now if I click one, that will close. Now, you'll hear the electric engine running. We're going very slow, so we're going to have to change that. Let's bump it up to about halfway. I think that'll be good. That's much better. And you'll see it is very, very good torque. I think that's good enough to be able to taxi a plane. So we're going to hop out. We're going to put this thing on a lift. We're going to do that, and we're going to save it really quick. It's going to say, do you want to override? And we want to click yes, so it saves it to the same creation. Just if you're wondering, that was the original glass car. And just if you want another sneak peek on the upcoming game, there might be a name of the game right there. Alright, so now we want to work on this part. When we open it, we physically cannot jump in here. So, we're going to build something that will come down. Yes, come down when you open that up. So this is going to get a little bit more complicated. So now we're going to, let's go one more back. So now we're going to grab a bearing. I put the bearing away. Go me. Let's grab a bearing, replace the wheel. We're not going to need a wheel for anything else in this game right now. We're going to put a bearing there. We're going to connect the bearing to the controller, because we want the bearing to still be connected to the switches. And we're going to build just a simple little thing. Oh, hi, how you doing? I broke the game. Help. Oh god, okay, yeah, bricks can actually fall loose and become their own entity in this game, just so you know. So now that's all connected to there. So now, if I really quickly just hop in here, I can go over to here. Guy can set to go. Let's try -60. It works, I think. No, that's too steep. So we want to go, let's try maybe 25. Let's try 25. Maybe 25 will be good. Now let's try 45. Maybe 45. That works nice and good. Except I still think that might be, it's not too steep, but I think maybe we can make it a little less steep if we go 30. That's much better. You do still have to jump a little bit, but that still works. So now, we've got a fully working plane. You can get on and off easily. Even got a little step thing to come down and help us up. So that works perfectly now. So now, it's going to become a little crowded here with the wires, but that's perfectly okay because it does not affect the player when he's walking around. At all. Burp. So now let's work on the wings. So we're going to start off just with like a blob. Now we're going to actually disconnect this for a reason. Now it'll fall on our heads. Perfecto. We're going to want to take this. We're going to want to put it on a lift. We're going to drop it off the lift. We're going to build up, up, up. And then we're going to rebuild a duplicate of it on top. This is how I build wings. It makes it much easier. Just kind of have to mirror it a little bit. So now we're going to go like that. And then we're going to go that and like that. This is going to be the left side wing. And we can delete that. This is going to be the left wing. So now we're going to have to completely mirror that, but on the top. It's going to have to be in reverse. So, what we did was, I have no clue. That's what we did. No. So let's see. How many blocks is this forward? 1, 2, 3, 4. And 2 blocks to the side. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. And it was 2 blocks over. Perfect. And then this was 1, 2, 3, I'm guessing. Yup. And this was the same thing, just less. And then it's just going to keep going down. And then it's actually deleting in. And I think that's perfect. So now we have a complete duplicate wings. And I need to sneeze, hold on. Oh god. And now we're going to grab the weld tool. Which is really handy. And we're going to remove this. We're going to grab the welding tool, we'll grab it right in the middle. And actually, we're going to put that back. Now we're going to grab the welding tool. We're going to grab it right in the middle. And we're going to pop that right here. So now one wing is on. And we're going to grab that. And we're going to see how many is this from the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so it's 10 from the back. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Put it right there. And that should be right. So let's just put a lift. And let's just head up so you can look at it from the top to see. Is it accurate? I have a feeling it's not going to be. Yes, it's not accurate. Just like I thought. Okay, so we're gonna do a little thing here. I'm gonna delete that. And then we're gonna delete a dat. Then we're gonna open that up. Now we're gonna see. Okay, no, they're nowhere near lined up. Alright, so we need to move that up one, and I'm just gonna do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we need to move it up 1 and over 4. So let's do that. So what we do for this is we just we literally just do that, and then we just put the layer back on. Then we get our welding tool out, and I just need to refresh my memory. So up 1 and back over, up 1 and over 4. Okay. So let's grab this. So up 1 and over 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, 4. Alright, now let's break this. And let's see what the new point looks like. Do they line up? They do not. So I built this one too far forward. So we're just going to do the exact same thing, except we're going to move it back. Oh, over my head. We're going to do that. Grab the welding tool again. And let's see. We're going to go back 1. Perfect. So now if I replace this hole and remove that hole, we should have a perfect alignment. No, let me up. Perfect. And now let's see. Do we have perfect alignment? No, we have terrible alignment. Nice. Nice. Go us. So we did the wrong hole. That's why it doesn't align right. So we need to go back and do that again. We did the bottom hole. We need to do that hole. So we're going to do that because that's where we need it to go. Patch up that hole. Gonna delete that. Oh, no, 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 no. I'm gonna go under here. We're gonna rebuild that. We're gonna grab the welding tool. And then we're gonna put it right there. Now, if I finally got it right, the holes should line up perfectly. Alright, they do. That's what we want. So now that these line up perfectly, the wings are symmetrical, so we can fill in the gaps. Good, and we can get rid of these beams. Perfect. So now we have wings. So now we need to get thrusters. Yay, the fun part. So let's grab thrusters. Replace the controller. And we're going to grab this. Rotate that. Just like that. Then we're going to put you there. And then, let's see. That is on the third one down. So we're going to do the same thing. Third one down, 3 blocks from it. So, see, third one down, and 3 blocks from it. Okay. Boom. I did it the wrong way. No. Boom. Perfect. So now we'll have to up the thrusterness, so full, because these are the thrusters that are going to be propelling it forward. Now we're going to connect these to a switch that we have just put down. Now you go to here. And now we're going to grab the other one, and we're going to put that on there. So now let's test. So we can close the door, and 2. Yes, so the thrusters work. Good. So the thrusters are working. That's all that matters. So, it does not work properly yet, and it will not work properly for a little while. But I think we're gonna leave that episode off here. So if you guys, make sure to like, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and remember, if you want to see more of this, like I said, like the video. Whether you do it or not, we're still gonna be doing more of this. But if you like the video, I'll be able to tell whether you liked it or not. So, like I said, make sure to like, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.